Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into a book that asks something pretty big.
hmm
If you could shift just like four core things in how you think, could you find total personal freedom?
Yeah.
We're exploring Don Miguel Ruiz' The Four Agreements. It's this amazing blend of ancient Toltec wisdom.
Right. From Mesoamerica,
Yeah,
all about self-mastery.
exactly. And it feels so relevant today. So, okay, let's unpack this.
And what's great is how, practical they are. These agreements, they're not just philosophical ideas.
Not at all.
They're tools, really, for anyone feeling maybe overwhelmed or just needing some clarity.
Yeah, seeking focus, like a student, maybe, or an entrepreneur.
Or honestly, just anyone trying to understand themselves better. It's kind of a universal path to feeling, well, freer in your own head.
That idea of mental liberation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really lands. And it kicks
Yeah.
off with the first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. When I was reading this, what jumped out was Ruiz talking about our own inner voice, how destructive that can be. Is that where we often mess up with this one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Toltecs viewed words almost like spells, powerful things.
Spells. Wow.
Yeah. So impeccable isn't just, telling the truth to others. It's about the purity of your intention behind what you say and maybe even more importantly, what you think.
So the internal chatter too.
Definitely. Think about the weight of these unconscious contracts we make with ourselves. I'm bad at this. I always fail. I'm not smart enough.
Right. Things you wouldn't even say out loud sometimes.
Exactly. And breaking those internal spells, those negative words we use against ourselves, that's a huge step towards freedom.
And it makes you realize how much energy we probably waste on that negative self-talk.
A lot.
And speaking of wasting energy, that leads right into agreement number 2. Don't take anything personally.
Oh, yes. Big one.
This feels so liberating. But, okay, what about when someone actually is trying to hurt you with their words? Does this just mean you ignore it, let them off the hook?
Not quite. It's deeper than that. It's realizing that what they say, even if it's aimed at you, it's coming from their world, their own personal dream, as Ruiz calls it.
Their dream, meaning
Meaning their own beliefs, fears, experiences. It's filtered through them. So their criticism or negativity, it actually tells you more about their emotional state, their own stuff, than it does about your actual worth.
okay, I see. So you detach from it.
Exactly. When you really get that, their words lose their power over you. You can still respond, set a boundary, whatever's needed.
But you don't let their, venom seep in.
Precisely. Think about an artist getting a harsh review. This helps them separate feedback, even mean feedback, from their fundamental self-worth. It protects your inner peace.
That makes sense. I think half my stress comes from imagining what people might be thinking.
Common trap.
So don't make assumptions. The third agreement that one hits home. Ruiz talks about courageous communication as the fix. Why courageous? What's the first step there?
Well, it's courageous because it takes vulnerability,
Yeah.
right? To admit you don't know something and to ask directly. Instead of just guessing or jumping to conclusions,
Even if the answer might be awkward.
especially then, the first step, just be curious. Instead of assuming you know what someone meant or what they're feeling, just ask.
Like, hey, what did you mean by that? Or can you clarify?
Simple questions like that. Think of the anxiety saved between friends misreading texts. Or for an entrepreneur, think of the business mistakes avoided just by clarifying expectations instead of assuming.
So much miscommunication could be avoided. Okay, and the last one, number 4. Always do your best.
Yes.
This one sounds straightforward, but there's that important addition. Your best changes.
Crucially, yes. Your best today might look very different from your best yesterday or tomorrow if you're sick or tired or stressed.
Your 60% might actually be your 100% for that day.
Exactly. It's not about hitting some imaginary standard of perfection every single time. That's impossible.
Right. So it's about effort, not outcome.
It's about giving the energy you genuinely have to what's important in that moment. And crucially, avoiding that perfectionism trap.
Ah, the perfectionism trap.
Yeah. For a student, maybe it means aiming for consistent effort and learning, not just the perfect grade. For someone starting something new, it's showing up, doing the work, iterating, understanding that done is often better than waiting for perfect.
It's kinder to yourself, too.
Very much so. Acknowledging your actual capacity day by day.
Wow. Okay, so bringing it all together. Speak with integrity, especially to yourself. Let go of taking things personally. Don't assume. Ask questions instead.
Yeah.
And show up fully, doing the best you can that day.
That's pretty much the core of it.
It really feels like a practical path to, Well, changing how you experience everything, finding some inner peace.
It really is. And maybe the big takeaway here, the thing to really ponder, is imagining the kind of life you could actually build if you consciously practice just these four things.
Yeah.
So the question for you listening right now is maybe, which one of these agreements really jumps out at you? Which one feels most needed in your life right now? And, what's one small way you could start applying it, maybe even today?